Hello and welcome. Today we are continuing on with my comfy clothes for traveling plans. Today we are tackling some pants, and I know I said pants no more multiple times now, but these are the pants that I should probably have started with as my first pair rather than those plaid ones with a waistband and extra buttons and suspenders. Don't start with that for your first pair of pants. I mean, I love how they came out, but they were stressful. So this pair is an amazing 70s pair. I got this pattern for Christmas. It is Simplicity 5235, and those pants, man, they are some epic pants. I mean, the whole outfit really, with the piratey blouse and the sash. And this is my fabric for it. So this is a cord, but one of those baby cords. Like, I don't know, wait. A printed pinwheel cord. There you go. If you read what's on the fabric, you learn what it's called. It's a pinwheel cord, which I assume means the really small one, because that's what this is. So it won't be too bulky. It has a nice amount of sort of drape to it, but also weight and hopefully wind blockability, so it will be a little bit warmer. So yeah, that's what I'm using. It's got a zip in the back and that's it. Well, I think the waistband overlaps, but there's no fancy suspenders, buttons, all that jazz. So let's just get into it, shall we? Everything is cut out. My backs, my fronts, my waistband. The only thing this pattern is missing is pockets. And now, normally I wouldn't try to put pockets in pants because I don't fully understand pants yet. But because these are basically a skirt anyway with how wide they are, like my fabric only just doubled over, was wide enough. I feel like because of that, I can use the same method I use with my just circle skirts when I want to put a pocket in them and just stick it in the side seam. And I have like this much fabric left, so it's just enough for pockets. So I think it's a sign, really, that I should at least try to put pockets, because pockets are so useful. Now everything's cut out, plus my pockets. I need to stitch the center back inner leg seam up to a mark, put the zip in, I think the same way as every other zip has been done in pants, so I know how to do that now, and then move on to the rest of the seams. Back seam is in and pressed. Let's put the zipper in. So that is as far as the back panel goes when it's got zip in and working. So now I move on to my front pieces, which would be really simple and just literally entail sewing up the crotch seam and then attaching it to the back piece. But because I've decided to add pockets, I have to do those before I move on to that side seam. So it's probably easier to put it on the front before I attach them. Probably would have been easier to put it on the back before I attach them also, but here we are, just thinking about it now. Alright, so I've now got my fronts and my backs completely put together with their little ear pockets. They look like ears hanging off the sides. Now I'm just going to put them together and line up the pockets, and hopefully everything up the top will line up with the top of the pockets because I measured the same on each edge. And we're just going to sew all along here. Then my side seams are done, and we just need to then finish the inner leg seam. My legs are together. These things are so wide. This is gonna be amazing. So much leg there. Now I've got to put the waistband on, but first I have to gather down the waistline on the pants. So I need to run some gathering stitches along the top here and then gather it down to match the waistband measurement, which I have just pressed in one edge of that. My waistband is on attached to one side. We are going to flip it over and slip stitch the pressed side down over the seam. My waistband is on, and now I just need to put a closure on here. The pattern suggests hooks and eyes, but I'm going to use like a skirt hook and bar so I can just do one as opposed to two. The clasp successfully in, all I have to do now is hem these pants, and I tried them on and they're pretty much the perfect fit. If I wanted to do a deeper hem I would have had to lengthen them, but as they are I can just do a nice little double roll hem and they will be just right. So let's get on to that. My pants that look like a skirt are complete. I love them. The legs turned out so much wider than I expected, but as wide as I could have dreamed of. Literally looks like I'm wearing a skirt when I have these on, and I am all about that. These are a success, and I think I will wear them a whole lot when traveling, especially because I added those pockets, which are always super handy. Now I have a second item of comfy travel clothing. I'm very happy with those.